Okay, it's time to take a look at how we're going to use the standard deviation and plot the standard deviation in the form of error bars onto a graph to help us make a claim regarding our data, regarding our evidence. So let's start by making the chart. I'm going to go ahead and plot the average surface area values for my sun and my shade leaves. So I'm going to highlight what I want the spreadsheet program to plot for me in the form of a chart. And I'm going to make it simple on myself and just click the Insert Chart button at the top. If you don't see the Insert Chart button, you can always go to Insert Chart. But I'm going to use the button. And just to make it a little bit easier to see what I want to see, up here where you see these three dots, if I click those three dots, I can choose Move to Own Sheet. That will automatically take my graph and put it in the form of a new sheet at the bottom of the screen. I'm not losing anything. All of my data from the data table, as well as my calculations, are still present. I just now have my chart on a nice big screen. Okay. Well, one thing I want you to notice immediately about this is that both of the colors of the bar are the same color. And that's actually going to prove problematic for us, but there's a quick and easy fix to adjust for that. So I'm going to go up here where it says Edit Chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this box that says Switch Rows and Columns. And it's going to do a couple of things. First, it's going to change the color of each bar. Now I've got a blue bar and a red bar, and the computer automatically generates a legend for those two bars. Blue is the sun, red is the shade. This is going to make what I do next really or much easier. Okay, so it's a really nice trick to ensure that the two colors of your bar are different from one another. Okay, for the next step, I'm going to go over to Customize. I'm going to go to Series, and I'm going to choose one of the two variables that I'm interested in comparing to one another. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the first one, sun. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to where it says error bars. I'm going to click error bar. I'm going to choose constant because I know the value of the error bar that I want the computer to plot for me. It's a standard deviation from what we determined in the last video and is still present on our sheet. So I'm going to go back to my sheet, and for the sun leaves, the standard deviation was 24.98. So I'm going to go back. I might need to pull up that same option again, Customize, Series, Sun, scroll down, error bars, constant, and it was 24.98. Double check that to make sure. Looks good. I might lose it, not a big deal. Series, Sun, error bars, constant, 24.98. Good. Okay, let's do the error bar for the shade leaves. Again, that value is on the other sheet, 6.93. Go back to my chart, edit, customize, series. This time I'm going to choose shade. Scroll down, error bar, constant, because I know the value. It's 6.93. And once again, the computer has plotted the error bar, this time for the shade leaves, onto my graph. Okay? That's how you add error bars to a column chart. We'll talk in class what we're going to be able to use those error bars to conclude, but hopefully at this point you can see that the height or the magnitude of the bar represents the average, the error bar represents the standard deviation, which is a measurement of how much spread or how much variability there is within the sample of measurements that we made in this experiment.